Good morning. I'm going to talk about Section 8, which talks about the pre and post test and the scores. Our pre and post tests are more than just pre and post. So we have an assessment that's in the same scope and scale about every month. So when you look at my data, 1P was the preliminary. So we did that in the first 2 days of school. And then 1 month later, we did A. About 1 month later, we did B. About 1 month later, we did C throughout the semester. So C is like the official post test, but those other ones in between are the exact same kind of test as both the preliminary and the end. A lot of instruction and practice happened in between each one of those sessions. So they would get a new set of vocabulary and new grammar concepts and speaking practice and reading practice and writing practice all during class time in between those. The tests have content on them for the whole semester. So even 1P, the expectation is, we're going to grade you based on what we want you to be able to do at the end. Same way with 2A and 2B, even though they've not had all of the instruction quite yet, it tells us where they are on the way to get there. Video explains how the pre-test and post-test are sensitive to learning. That should have, I just kind of did that. We kind of have looked at the data, and based on what we know that we've taught them, and kind of have like benchmark scores or like percentile scores that we can kind of give out. At 2P, there's no expectation that you score even a 1. A 0.5 to a 1 is normal on a pretest. 1A, you're looking at 1.5 to 2. By 2C, you're 2.5 to 3. And then by 2C, you have the capability, like you've had all of the instruction, 100% possible to earn a 3 or a 4. Not to say you can't earn a 4 on 1P, because we have kids that do it. The preliminary tests are really important because we'll move kids to different levels of language, like move them up to Spanish 2, or then that triggers us to have them take the Heritage Learner test if they're scoring really well on that preliminary round. The students I picked for my samples were a little bit of every type of student. So I had some really low students, some like middle ground students, and a high student, so that you can see that it didn't really matter what kind of student I had, that they started wherever they started and that they got better. I think that's everything.